Hey everyone! Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 comes out this week, and we are very excited for more. This is not a sponsored episode. The Marvel Universe puts itself in a strange place with anthropomorphic animals. We explored this slightly in our episode on if superheroes' animal-themed costumes are enough to constitute calling them furries. Today we're going full anthro with an expanded list of every talking animal in Rocket Raccoon's contact list. Rocket himself is from a planet called Halfworld. There he is, there's our Rocket. Long story, his comic book origin is inspired by a song by the Beatles, Rocky Raccoon. And on his first appearance, he was on an insane asylum planet as the genetic experiment / chief of security who helped the Hulk free the anthropomorphic animal experiments from the robotic caretakers of Halfworld. Yeah, comics are weird. Later, Rocket goes out into the universe as a weapons expert for and a fully fledged member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Rocket only had about 10 appearances in Marvel Comics in his first 30 years of publication history, existing in obscurity before joining Marvel's main cast. Check out some links to some other well-detailed videos in the description for a complete history of Rocket Raccoon's origin. I'm your host Arrkay, and today we're looking all around Rocket to some more obscure Marvel character trivia countdown. It's culturally apt. Let's start with the Halfworlders that Rocket knows from his pre-Guardian days. Before meeting Groot, Rocket's best bud and right-hand man on Halfworld was the eponymously punny named Walrus. He is an engineer that has a pair of cool cyber tusks that act as weapons and multi-tools. He also uses little robot arms around his neck since, walrus body. He's instrumental in all the adventures that happen on Halfworld and is always ready to lend a fin to Rocket whenever he takes the Guardians there. Cuckoo-ca-choo. Next, another Halfworlder and self-proclaimed Rocket Raccoon's soulmate. Lady Lila is an otter and corporate heiress to a toy company that operates on Halfworld. She helped Rocket and the Hulk retrieve Gideon's Bible in Rocket's very first appearance alongside Walrus, and later would get help from Rocket as some jerk tries to take over her parents' toy company and marry her. Lynx is a princess from Felis 1 and was kidnapped princess style by the Black Bunny Brigade in the free comic book day 2014 Rocket Raccoon standalone adventure. She's also a bandit rogue princess, a lot like Zelda, who may or may not have a thing for Rocket. Look out, Lila. Our last Halfworlder you may have heard of, or he may remind you of someone, Blackjack O'Hare. He is a mercenary and leads the Black Bunny Brigade, his merc group of rabbits. They are only sometimes working for the wrong side, under the employ of some of the more nefarious leaders of Halfworld. Eventually, he considers himself to be Rocket Raccoon's arch enemy. Next up is Cosmo. Cosmo is a Russian dog that not only got lost in space, but has since been gifted with intelligence, telepathy, and some other really cool superpowers. He heads security at Nowhere, recently becoming liaison to the new Guardians of the Galaxy after a Skrull attack on the space station. He also fills in as the team's occasional galactic navigator using the technology that exists on Nowhere. Cosmo is a high-level telepath. He has the ability to create shields, deflect projectiles, and send mind blasts. Cosmo is male despite being based off of the real-life Russian cosmonaut dog Laika, the first living creature to orbit the Earth in Sputnik 2. Good boy, Cosmo. Good boy. Now we get to Rocket's fellow members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, other than Cosmo. I know, right? More animal companions as part of the Guardians of the Galaxy themselves? Well, back when the Guardians were first appearing in Marvel Comics in 1969, they had a very different team that included Ravager Yondu as a founding member. We'll start with Talon. Talon is an orange catman and totally a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. He is an inhuman sorcerer apprentice to Krugar, who was named Sorcerer Supreme by Doctor Strange in the 22nd century, and went back in time during the Infinity Wars. And yes, comics are still weird. According to Wikipedia, he was created as a generic stand-in for Wolverine, with some influences from Beast of X-Men. But the editors of Marvel at the time didn't want evidence of Wolverine surviving that far into the future. Starhawk is the kind of hero mentioned in our episode on superhero costumes, with an animal theme and a costume more than an animal genome. Starhawk is cursed/blessed to relive his life from birth over and over and over, giving him the ability to recall memories from his past life to avoid death and prevent disasters, giving him the nickname the one who knows. He was originally part of the Defenders in his first appearances in 1975, and wouldn't join the Guardians of the Galaxy until 2014 in Guardians 3000. He's closely linked with some kind of hawk god, and his powers, beyond his weird time birth memory thing, are largely mysterious and hinted to be very, very powerful. He's supposed to have an appearance in the new movie too, played by none other than Sylvester Stallone. She's not super furry or anthro, but she plays a significant part in the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, so we're gonna give her a shout out. This is Mantis, a Marvel hero with a long and diverse history of different supergroups, going all the way back to a 1973 issue of The Avengers. The only thing that makes her noteworthy for us is her insect-like antennae. An extraterrestrial raised in Vietnam, she is a martial arts master with hyper body awareness, the ability to manipulate plants, and shows some empathic, telepathic, and prophetic abilities. She's worked alongside the Avengers, the Great Lakes Avengers, the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, the Inhumans. She's also migrated across different brands. Her original creator, Steve Englehart, brought her along to his work at DC Comics as the character Willow, and Eclipse Comics as Laura Lee, before returning to the Marvel Universe. All this well before joining the Guardians of the Galaxy in 2008. These last few are on the fringes, anthro animals in the Marvel Universe who you would think would have crossed over with the Guardians of the Galaxy by now. If they don't know one of the Guardians directly, they can't be more than 2 degrees of separation from them, like someone they know knows them. They haven't all officially crossed over, but there are some interesting things to take from them. Lockjaw, another feral dog with enhanced abilities. Lockjaw was born among the Inhumans on Earth, on the island of Atalan. His first appearance was in the Fantastic Four series in 1965. Like Cosmo, he's a telepathic bulldog with mental abilities and teleportation powers. He acts in a similar function to the Inhumans that Cosmo now serves for the Guardians, though Cosmo needs a machine to teleport his team anywhere. Lockjaw meets the Guardians in the latest animated series where they help defeat Mad Tom from taking over their space colony with a mind control virus. Howard the Duck is from an alternate dimension called Duck World, where everyone on Earth is a duck. The demon Thog the Nether Spawn caused an interdimensional cosmic axis shift, knocking Howard into the Marvel Universe. Comics are incredibly weird, guys. He found himself trapped in Cleveland, of all places, where he experiences crazy adventures like Hellcow's Dr. Bong, a man hypnotized by a comic turnip, running for president, and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, appearing in the Collector's Ruin Museum at the end of Guardians 1. Keep in mind that Howard has had a much longer comic book run than Rocket, over 40 years, so his adventures have definitely taken him to space and beyond. Do you guys think Howard the Duck needs his own special Culturally Eft episode? We've mentioned him a handful of times here on the show, so if you think we should, let us know down in the comments. Our last character shout-out is Beta Ray Bill, another Marvel cosmic hero from the fringes of space and Thor's storylines. The last of his kind and a cyborg horse skull guy to boot, he's gifted as one who's noble enough to lift Mjolnir. So the Asgardians gave him his own hammer, Stormbreaker. Bill is recruited by Cosmo to be part of a group called the Annihilators to replace the then disbanded Guardians of the Galaxy after the Thanos Imperative. We're going to learn more about Beta Ray Bill in a similar episode to this come October when Thor Ragnarok comes to theaters, and we'll be exploring all of the animal friends of Asgard. Did we miss anyone? For this episode, I only included individual characters and not entire races of animal people that the Guardians have encountered. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below, and Rusty will respond to some of them in the next Effed Up Date. I've been your host, Arrkay. Thanks for watching, Fluff Punks.
Guys, I don't feel well. It all started when I got this implant because I don't have a heart. Man, this is one stark cold. The only way I can get a cure is if you subscribe to Culturally Eft by clicking the big round button over here, or you can visit our store and buy a couple t-shirts that will go help pay for my medicine down there. And make sure to like and share our videos. Also visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/culturallyeft to support us on an ongoing basis. That would really help with my medical bills, especially since my healthcare has been cut. I've been your host, Rusty, and maybe I'll get cured of this Iron Mange. If I die, I hope you guys avenge me.